Jace just dropped a new track, Cracked. I'm Him Too. Are y'all listening to Jace still? Because I don't know if his numbers have really gone down since this song dropped. Or sorry, not this song dropped, since the snitch allegation. I mean, let's check his numbers on Instagram. 10K, but he just posted 9 hours ago. 26K, 20K. If he's getting 26K likes 6 days ago, and he's got 20% engagement, roughly, that's pretty solid if you ask me. So even if he did lose a little bit of, let's say, credibility as a rapper, he just can't be saying anything about, you know, snitches get stitches and shooting people and being a gangster in this music video. Otherwise, it just does not make sense. Because that's what happened with YBN Namir. Like, people realized that he was a GTA gangster, and then like people just stopped listening. But also, I don't know if that was even the reason that YBN Namir fell off. It was just because he stopped dropping. Okay, let's listen to the song though. Little dumbass. I don't know about this song specifically. Apparently the TikTok sound was going up. I think the original I'm Him was definitely better. I think that was with the beef with Slump Sixes, right? Their little feud, like, that produced some fire songs. Like Slump Sixes album or EP that he just dropped, the 20 ball and 3-piece, those shits are fire. Especially like the Walmart bars. Explicitly Walmart, because he said Walmart a bunch. But people were saying that his numbers went down after the snitch allegation. So let's check that, because I don't know if that's true. I feel like Jace is just the type of artist that drops a ton of music on SoundCloud, but also all platforms. Like, look at this. I'm gonna pull up his Spotify real quick. If we check all the streaming numbers for Spotify, we're talking Piget, or I don't even know how to pronounce this, Running Business, whatever. So he just dropped Virtuous 2022, which had all of the bangers on it. 556 Green Tip. It had Go Through Trees with Summers, a mil, 24 mil. And then I think around this time he also dropped, what was it? Okay, the Leak 4 was the one that had Kamir on it and Oh Lord, which are the first two songs that really blew him up. Now, since then, of course, like, this is when he was really buzzing, but it's because of the 556 Green Tip blowing up. And so the streams, he was getting hella residual streams since it was marketing. It's like how artists drop singles to promote an album. It just like feeds into the actual album where they can make more money since there's more streams. But anyway, so since then, oh shit, 718. I think this might have had to do with who was this a beef with? I can't even remember. Spin It. See, this didn't really have much, 3,000, and you're telling me like his numbers went down. I just think that since he drops so often, like, there's gonna be some that don't get that many streams, because I think the way his label works is like they let him drop however often that he wants to on SoundCloud and other streaming platforms, and then if one pops off and like it starts getting a buzz, then they pour gasoline on it, which is essentially how I think that labels should play it. It's just right now he doesn't have a 556 Green Tip, although I think that they're like trying to push this song, the what's it called, Cracked. I just don't know if this is the one. See, like 30K, right? 28K, 26K, 48K, and this is all before the snitching allegations. See, this has the Spot 'em Got 'em remix, I'm Him, No Children 2, 335, 549. See, he was still killing it, but then the next one, 10, 161. It's just very like up and down. 555, 7, 5, 237, and then this is kind of where the snitching allegations were like during the Slump Sixes, I think, or like right after. Know It All. Know It All was a diss at Can and Summers. So 55, 237 after that, 55, 12, 43. So his numbers, like his average numbers, are still kind of going up from, it's just 556 was an anomaly. Like if he gets another song that blows up, honestly, I think Why We Fight, if they marketed this song to more, I don't know, a mainstream audience, because it's like an alternative song, then I think that his numbers will go back up. He just needs another hit. I don't think it has to do with the snitching allegations at all, because most fans in hip hop, like, of course they troll Jace, but I don't think anybody really cares. Like, personally, I mean, not that I condone snitching, because if he's repping this shit, calling out people for not being a blood and whatnot, and he says that he was Crip or whatever, then he's gotta recite the rules and follow them. And so that's why it's a big deal. But personally, like, if he never said any of that shit, then I don't think anybody would care. Like if Post Malone was caught snitching, I don't think people would have cared one moment. They'd be like, oh yeah, it's not like he was hood at all. He just fucking has tats all over his face. He's just a regular old guy that smokes 45 cigarettes in one day and drinks. He ain't marketing enough on TikTok. I don't think he was ever doing that. I think it blew up on itself just because 556 was so hard. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't really remember how that song blew up. I just remember hella people on Twitter and TikTok reposting them. You feel me? He was about to get the 556 remix with Offset and G Herbo and Lyrical Lemonade. He could have been mainstream. See, I'm still waiting on that. I don't know how. The song is honestly like is over with. It could come back, but we just checked the numbers on the Spot'em Got 'em remix, and it only got like 1.5. Granted, Spot'em Got 'em ain't really that big of an artist, but Offset's pretty big. But it's been enough time that, you know, I feel like they would have shot it already if they were going to, or they were gonna edit it or whatever, because Lyrical Lemonade, they were gonna make one, but I don't know how fast they make videos. Like, what if they have been shooting that Minions video for, you know, a few months and just now they got it confirmed? I don't know. But yeah, he could have ruined his chances of going mainstream, but for or at least getting mainstream cosigns from Offset. G Herbo is kind of mainstream too on the same song, but the best way to do music sometimes is not be reliant upon that. But yeah, you do kind of need cosigns from the mainstream to become mainstream. But he did get one from Trippie Redd, who is mainstream. I would love to see what Trippie does now. Like, is Trippie going to, I don't know, retract his cosign from listening to Oh Lord? Herbo and Offset don't want to be tied to it. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. If they found out though, who knows? Like, I can't imagine a lot of those rappers are really tied into social media like that, like we are, because, you know, they're off doing other shit. Like Offset's, you know, fucking Cardi B in the ass daily. That's what I would be doing if I was him. But nah, Jace just needs a 556. Honestly, he just needs to get a goofy ass beat. It seems like the goofy beats that don't, they sound like they wouldn't be hard, but then if you actually go hard on them, it gets even harder. Pause. Because it's like, damn, you really went in. The odds were against you. It's like a casino. You got the jackpot on the slot machine. If Jace took the charge and Cole dropped the 556 remix, he would have been oh, true. He would have been the young, bro. The clout would have been crazy, man. But the thing is, if he didn't snitch, you don't know how many years he would have taken. Because if he would have been in jail for 5 years, 6 years, like, your rap career's over, unfortunately. I'm sure that he has hella music in the vault, so when he got out, he would have been chilling. Because he's almost like Juice WRLD in a way. I'm not comparing him to Juice WRLD, but he does record a ton of music, like freestyle on the spot. But yeah, if he did take the charge and, like, you know, he took it for Summers, he took it for Desire, he took it for everybody who was involved or allegedly involved in the paperwork, he would have been Like everybody would be streaming 556 saying free Jace, free that, free, and he would be like the top. He might have been fucking like Sofago level at that point. Jace's career in a weird spot right now. It's kind of hard to predict what's gonna happen because of how versatile he is, because can't really call him young boy or 6ix9ine. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not a 6ix9ine because he's actually good at music. He's not just like a one-hit wonder. He's definitely super talented. So you can't call him that. 6ix9ine, like, I never understood how people liked like Billy and whatever other fuck shit songs he was dropping. The only reason they popped off was because he was dropping music videos with like the entire city of New York in them, so everybody felt like some sort of attachment to it. And also he was just a viral sensation. But like Spotify, I can't imagine people like after watching the music video listen to it on streaming platforms. It was just kind of like watching a TV show once, and after you saw it, there's no replay value. Jace and Trippy have a snippet together. I can't imagine that's gonna get cleared by Trippy now, especially because Trippy's cool with Can, and Can definitely would be like, yo, don't clear that shit with Jace, because Can and Jace were beefing because Can called him a snitch and all that. But yeah, I'm not really into New York drill. I'm sorry. Yeet and Jace have a song? I think I remember that, but no way that's getting cleared either. Not that like Yeet is all that gangster, but still, like when you're in rap in general, like no matter how hood you are, a gangster, I mean, believe me, I'm not the hood one here at all, you know that, but you can't condone snitching. It's just against the rules because of the type of culture around it. Yeet unfollowed Summers. Yeet probably unfollowed everybody. I'm gonna see how many people he follows. Let's see. Yeet only follows 166 people. How do y'all even find this shit? You just know, like you keep track of his follows. Yeet is just, you gotta realize, like, he's not an A-list celebrity, but he's getting up there. Like, I'm not saying he's anywhere close. Like he's not you know, he's not like Uzi level or anything, but he's like a big rapper, so he's gonna start not cutting off people, but disassociating with certain people. Like he's just in a whole different world. He's not underground anymore. He's Yeet. He was in the Minions trailer. He's on bigger and better things, bro. He's chilling with Groot. He's chilling with the Minions. Shit is selling like billions of dollars in box office. You think that he's gonna care about Summers? No offense, I fuck with Summers, but he's on a whole different planet at this point. But it's sad he cutting them off. I don't even know if he's cutting them off. Like, just following is so much less I don't know, significant as you think. Just maybe he just wanted to clear his shit. He's like, yo, fuck this dude. People were thinking that Can and Summers were beefing too. I don't know, maybe it's something with that, or maybe Yeet's on Jace's side. I have no idea. That's a discussion for another day. Yeet never talked about Summers' album. Again, he's too big for that. Like, he's not gonna just be co-signing everybody in the underground. Like he's chilling with Uzi. What do you expect from him? He got Minions sipping walk out the baby bottle. Exactly, Yoni. And yeah, there are people that like I talk to on the regular, like that I don't necessarily follow, or they don't follow me. Honestly, I don't even check my follows on my personal page because people be DMing me, and like I just get too many DMs, and I can't imagine what Yeet's DMs are from fans. Like, you know, he got 1.4 million. It's just hard to like talk to the people you actually fuck with. So it's like how people communicate when you get a little bit of clout is like you gotta use numbers, phone numbers. So even if he doesn't follow Summers, that doesn't mean that he doesn't like him. But yeah, he probably got the worst DMs, especially with the culture around his fan base. Like the Tonka and like his language. Like, of course he created it, so it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. Or like Cardi's DMs are probably terrible. Uzi's are probably terrible. Drake's terrible. Trippy probably okay, but probably gets a lot of hate. But it's just like the goofy culture, I guess. Goofy in a good way though, like funny, or like sometimes gay, or you know. I don't think the Ken Carson album will be trash. I think he's gonna be fire. Don't worry about that shit. I think he's one of the most consistent in the underground. He will be good. And I don't think it's getting overhyped. Well, at least I'm not. I just don't even get really hyped for albums nowadays. After like Whole Lotta Red and Eternal Atake, like there's nothing that can beat that or surpass the anticipation for that. So it's like every album that drops, I'm like, all right, this is cool. Like let's listen to it. Let's be objective. Whereas with both of the other albums, like we were bound to get disappointed just because the leaks were so crazy that we were looking for a specific sound. Whereas Ken Carson, I don't know, like we know how he'll sound, I guess, but it's nothing like complicated. And of course we love his music, but it's not like he's had a song yet that is absolutely like just, I don't even know how to describe it. Like imagine when Neon leaked or Lotus or whatever, any of the Eternal Atake V1 or Whole Lotta Red V1 songs leaked. Like those songs were like 10 out of 10. I don't think Ken Carson has a 10 out of 10 song yet. Kendrick's album wasn't that hype. Yeah, like I just don't know. I just think that since we've been locked inside for so long too, that nothing feels good. We're all just fucking sad inside. That's why I want to get back to Miami, but my job legit made me move to Boston, and I've been to the office like 5 times total. And the team that I work with, and don't get me wrong, Rodarula, I do love Clutch, but it's not anything like groundbreaking or that what's the word, influences like a whole generation like Eternal Atake and a Whole Lotta Red did. Ken Carson could get there, and he does have like the underground on lock low key, but it's not the same as Whole Lotta Red or Eternal Atake. Nobody is as versatile with their sound like Jace. You don't get bored of Jace. Yeah, he does shit like outside of underground, which I think is cool. I do like Jace a lot, but he's kind of hit or miss with me. Like some of his songs are kind of like but at least he's experimenting, whereas a lot of rappers like stick to their own pocket. I do respect the fact that he goes outside the box.